Hi, I'm Nick Hansen. Welcome to today's interview with Thurgood Marshall.
I'm Thurgood Marshall, and thank you, Nick, for having me.
Mr. Thurgood Marshall, what were some of your most important jobs during the Cold War?
I was a lawyer for many years, then became a judge of the United States Court of Appeals under Kennedy, then later 32nd United States Solicitor General, and also Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court for the rest of my career.
One of your first cases that you argued and won was Smith v. Allwright of 1944. Explain the significant role this played of your career and for our country.
First off, Smith v. Allwright overturned the Democratic Party's use of white primaries, in which you must be white to vote in their primary elections. This was used in Texas and other states in the South. This was a big improvement for equal rights and also influenced other cases of my career.
Mr. Marshall, throughout your career you had 32 cases that you brought before the Supreme Court. In your opinion, which is the most important?
The most important would probably be Brown v. Board of Education, case of Topeka in 1954. It ruled that separate but equal is unconstitutional for education. This case also overruled the decision of Plessy v. Ferguson case back in 1896. Brown v. Board of Education was the most important case to me because it was a major step in civil rights, in the civil rights movement. At that, African American children now have the same educational opportunities that white children had. So just like all other cases, it was just one step closer to complete and a whole of equal rights.
In 1965, President Johnson appointed you as the 32nd United States Solicitor General, and you were the first African American to hold this position. Why is this so important to you and the American people?
As Solicitor General, I was appointed to represent the government of the U.S. in the Supreme Court. This is a very respectable and high position. I had a major impact on the decisions made for the U.S. and our people. This movement proved that African Americans can hold the same position as whites because I won 14 out of 19 cases that I argued for the federal government. This has once again proved that we are all truly equal.
Mr. Marshall, you were the first African American to serve on the United States Supreme Court. How was this a major accomplishment for your career?
As a major accomplishment, as an Associate Justice for the Supreme Court, I had one vote in each case argued before the Supreme Court. This position was given to me by Lyndon B. Johnson, and it is a lifelong position until I die or I choose to retire. For this to be the first time an African American held this position, it really means a lot to myself, my family, African Americans as a whole. So just really means a lot. It's another first which makes African Americans look more responsible and more respectful. And you know, this is just one further step that we are moving towards equal rights.
Mr. Marshall, how do your accomplishments in this era relate to one of the themes of the Cold War?
One of the themes of the Cold War was rebellion, or standing out for that matter. Throughout my career, I dealt with a lot of cases about civil rights, which in this time period could be considered rebellious because it made people who stood up for something, you know, stand out. If you stood up for civil rights, you weren't necessarily considered a conformist either. However, it was just another theme of the Cold War.
This concludes our interview. I'm Nick Hansen, and thank you, Mr. Marshall, for coming out.
Well, thank you, Nick. It's always a pleasure, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wait.
Mr. Marshall.
Yeah!
Go, all right.
Mr. Thurgood military marshal. What were some of your most important jobs during the Cold War?
I was a lawyer for many years, then became judge of the, you know what, I've been meaning to ask you, what kind of dog is that?
I'm not really sure. It's just some fake one.
Is it made
It
in
says Universal something. I'm not really sure.
Made in China?
Probably.
You know what, I'm not really feeling this interview. You want to go play some Skyrim?
Yeah, let's forget this.